Well, now that the Ermac Scorpion match is over, broadcast colleague Mark Adams will be the special guest referee. And he is right at ringside here for the match of TWA taking on the primetime champion Bane. And from what we heard, yes, the primetime title will be on the line. Can TWA actually do the unthinkable and knock over this monster to become the very last primetime champion for the promotion? Or will Bane add another victim to his list? And where does Mark Adams play in all of this drama? There's TWA. He knows he's going to be in for one hell of a fight. That's why he's drinking a hell of a lot of beer. He's about to step into the ring with a beast. A beast that has been unstoppable since late last year when Bane won the primetime championship from Dracula. TWA knows he's not only going up against the primetime champion Bane, but he's also going up against the authority in Fresh Uncle Pennybags and Officer Mallory. The authorities would try to keep TWA down, making sure he never wins a title in the Television Wrestling Association. And we don't know where Mark Adams stands, considering there's no love lost between these two brothers. But Mark Adams has no love lost between himself and Rich Uncle Pennybags either. So it's going to be unknown whether he calls things down the middle or not. This beast is danger personified. I would know. I've been in the ring with this guy. Bane has destroyed anybody and everybody that has come in his way. Fox McCloud, Mario, Dracula, Scorpion. They have all come and gone, and all fell at the hands of the mighty Bane. This is a fight that's not going to be for the faint of heart. Some would suggest Bane is going to hold on to that primetime championship till grim death.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Primetime Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 226 pounds, Alexander Ace Adams. And his opponent from the pit, weighing in at 271 pounds, he is the primetime champion, Bane!
I don't want any bullshit from you, Bane. Or you.
Referee Mark Adams is being trusted to hold that title until this match is over between these two individuals. As of right now, I'm flying solo. Mark has also promised a big announcement later on this evening. I still don't know what it is. The Beast, Bane, already starting off strong against Alexander Ace Adams. And now AAA is going to play a little bit tough with him as well. Bane was also the runner-up in the 2015 Royal Rumble. He was one man short of winning it. It's AAA with a jaw jacker. We haven't seen any biting or raking or gouging of the eyes, so to speak. And I don't know how Mark Adams is at officiating. Maybe he'll make sure these two play by the rules, or maybe he'll let it fly. And AAA with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, that's usually Bane's specialty. AAA doesn't exactly have the size or the strength of Bane, but he is a very talented wrestler. AAA held the Rated R Championship once before. He was a steady contender for many titles, but never got his shot due to the fact that the authorities didn't seem to care for his hard-drinking lifestyle. Meanwhile, Bane has become a poster boy for the Monopoly, a poster boy for Rich Uncle Pennybags. He has been doing Pennybags' bidding since he arrived in the Federation. Of course, I'd be remiss to say that it was Bane's old nemesis, Batman, who actually helped AAA in getting this match. Considering both men have axes to grind with Pennybags and the Authority. And speaking of Monopoly and the Authority, they're going to hope to crown their number one face of the company, Superman, as the new TWA World Heavyweight Champion in the main event tonight when he faces Chuck Norris for the TWA title.
Watch the ropes.
Mark Adams yelling at AAA to watch the ropes. And there's an arm bar. And here's the pin. 1. Bane gets a shoulder up. So far there's been no chicanery or anything on Mark Adams' behalf as referee. I think that was a deliberate count. And now AAA with the armbar. Is he going to make Bane submit? I don't know if it's possible to break Bane. But it didn't work. Mark Adams, the referee, was in a position to check if Bane was going to submit, but Bane said no. And Bane is already motioning to the Skydome crowd that it's time to end it. And the backbreaker has been legalized here, but AAA finds a way out of it, and there's a German suplex. AAA knew that the end was going to be near if he had applied the backbreaker. And there's the armbar. Is he going to make Bane submit? He's pouring it on, just ripping that arm off. Just strangling him, but Mark Adams motions that Bane is not submitting. It's time to end the hold. TWA is actually holding up pretty well in this match compared to past opponents. TWA is down on the outside. He does not want to be there, and he doesn't want Bane to be there. If he wants to win the primetime title, he's got to do it in the ring. Oh! TWA just got thrown outside the ring onto the steel steps. And I don't know if Mark Adams is going to allow these two to smack each other with the steel steps, because that could mean disqualification for either one of them. For Bane, I'm sure it doesn't mind by him because he knows he can retain the title. TWA prevents Bane from using the steel steps. And Mark Adams is throwing the steel steps out of the ring, making sure the fight stays clean. It's been tooth and nail so far between these two. There's a hard rib breaker. Bane really getting under the skin of the Sky Dome crowd here in Toronto. There's a hard German suplex. But AAA just got flipped inside out with that one. Bane tried to go full force with a spear, but AAA fools him. And once again, these two are out on the outside. AAA cannot win the title on the floor. Mark Adams doing his job and calling the count. AAA goes to work on the arm. And there's the arm bar. But AAA's got to do it inside the ring, not outside. Ace waiting for Bane to get in that ring. But he answers with another German. Bane just keeps tossing Germans at AAA time after time after time, and AAA still seems to absorb the pain. Rough Enziguri. There's a double axe handle right on the outside. Crowd seems to have fallen silent. Bane once again rearranges the neck of Alexander Ace Adams. But now AAA is going to use this opportunity to go to the top rope, but Bane just catches him and reverses it into a backbreaker. AAA with a fist. Bane with a superplex from the top rope. Bane saying it's time to end it and go for the backbreaker. AAA is in a daze. Oh! And AAA may have been paralyzed with that. It looks like Bane is going to retain the primetime title. 1, 2. Mark's not making the pin. And the crowd in Toronto is starting to cheer. And Bane just knocked Mark Adams' teeth out, and AAA comes right back with a German suplex. I think Mark has made his answer. He may not care for AAA. 1, 2, 3. And fast count. It looks like we got a new champion crowned.
Winner of this bout and new primetime champion, Alexander Ace Adams.
I just don't understand how AAA was not paralyzed by that backbreaker, though. Mark Adams, I guess, revealed his allegiance. Even though he doesn't care for AAA, he hates penny bags even more. And now AAA, he's taking his shirt off. And what's underneath the shirt supposed to be? And it's a steel plate. We have been faking it on the backbreaker. And Bane, he is livid. He's bent out of shape. You mean to say this was a work the whole time? How about that? Two estranged brothers. I guess in the end they were not really estranged. They had worked together this whole scheme to rob Pennybags of one of their titles. I guess good job, Mark.
While I'm in here, in RJ and my hometown, I think now is a better time than ever to reveal our new project. RJ, would you come in here and help me unveil it?
All right. Just this morning, Mark Adams finally revealed to me what his new project is. And we are very excited to reveal it to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the MLSB.
That's right, Ukes. We're through dealing with your piece of crap games and finally working with the video game legends that are Nintendo. I decided to move away from sports entertainment and delve into pure sports. In the MLSB, there are no scripts, no predetermined match outcomes, no screw jobs, and no bullshit. Now, I don't want to make you all feel like I'm betraying you. I'm definitely not. RJ and I have greatly appreciated your support from day one. We just need a change of scenery and to get as far away from those lazy, half-assing glitch masters at Ukes as possible. Major League Smash Brothers is scheduled to air its first season in January 2016. We hope to see you all there. Alright, Pennybags, get out here. It's time for Alex to kick your ass.
Oh, what's you say about that, you little runt? What do you want, Bane?
A truly brilliant maneuver you made, making my opponent's brother the referee.
What are you saying? This is my fault?
Of course it is. If any other man on this roster was the official, I would be TWA's last primetime champion.
I have no time for this. Move! I have some calls to make. Let go of my hand. Oh no. 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 I paid you.
And it's definitely power over me. Not anymore.
What are you?
I was TWA reckoning. And now I'm your reckoning.
Well, looks like Bane has severely parted ways with Rich Uncle Pennybags. Where he goes from here, even though he is not primetime champion anymore, he will still be a threat no matter where he goes, whatever CAW Federation continues to employ him. Coming up next, folks, it's Women's Championship action. Samus will defend her Women's Championship against the woman she took the title from, Metal Queen, at Telethon. Can Metal Queen make history and become a 4-time Women's Champion in the process, or will Samus be the final Women's Champion for the promotion?
The following Divas contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the TWA Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, weighing in at 140 pounds, Metal Queen.
I know she won't disappoint on her last match in TWA.
Although technically Metal Queen shouldn't have been in this match. It was supposed to be Santina since she won the Divas tournament. However, Metal Queen ended up putting her in the hospital. And now Santina unfortunately had to sit on the sidelines to watch this match.
Yeah, that fragile little darling wouldn't have been able to recover in time.
And her opponent from Sevis, weighing in 209 pounds, she is the TWA Women's Champion, Sevis.
And we all know where she's going after this match. Women's champion or not, she has signed on for the MLSB.
Of course, all Nintendo characters. Metal Queen is fixated on that women's title. Metal Queen, of course, first won the TWA Women's title in a 6-Diva Battle Royale back in January 2013. And she has been dominant ever since. She has put on classic battles with the likes of Sarah Connor, Katniss Everdeen, Daisy, and of course she's had plenty of battles with Samus in the past. And I do believe this will be the rubber match to finally determine once and for all who is the dominant diva. Metal Queen first defeated Samus on their first try, their first match in. Then Samus defeated Metal Queen for the women's title at Telethon 6. But it has burned the Queen inside. She feels that Samus is undeserving of that women's title. Metal Queen is so dangerous, she can even force men to retire. She actually made her own charge, Imhotep, leave the TWA back in 2013, 2014.
It was last year. And he's never even bothered trying to come back.
Samus also experienced quite the ride in her TWA tenure for the short time that she was here. Made her debut last year. She went on a tear, and she's tearing apart Metal Queen so far with the steel steps. And Metal Queen retaliates in kind.
I would have disqualified Samus if I were you, Robinson.
There's one thing to remember though, Mark. If Samus gets disqualified, Metal Queen doesn't win the title.
Oh, right.
Plus, we already saw disqualification take place with Brute Force and Jason and Michael thanks to Freddie, and I don't think the crowd in Toronto is going to have any of it. Crowd is more interested in seeing clear-cut winners. Samus so far doing a good job keeping on the offensive. Here's a hard German suplex again. Now Meadow Queen is coming right back. I see the Queen dyed a little bit of red inside her naturally jet black hair. There's a snapmare. Meadow Queen is not giving any breathing room to Samus, which is part of the ring savvy, the veteran instincts that she has had. Samus with a hard knee. Meadow Queen seems to have a hard time trying to answer the women's champion, Samus. Maybe that loss to Santina really put doubts in Meadow Queen's mind.
She just has to pretend like it never existed.
Meadow Queen goes for the pin, but Samus is nowhere near defeated. Oh, but here comes the Warhammer. Samus is down, but will this be it? 1, 2, no. Some still say it's way too early. Samus motioning for Meadow Queen to get up. The charge shot. It's down. 1, 2.
Is she trying to get herself disqualified? Because I'm pretty sure that's considered a weapon.
Well, I think that ban was lifted once Samus was brought back.
I mean, Samus, you can use that move all you want in the MLSB, but not here.
Samus, of course, won the women's title once before when she defeated the TX to win the title, but was then suspended thanks to that charge shot. Here's Meadow Queen again, veteran instincts with that Hurricane Rana.
I'm really gonna miss Meadow Queen when TWA is over. Maybe when she's women's champion, we'll be able to keep in touch.
Plenty of Meadow Queen fans here in Toronto, but there's also some Samus fans. And Warhammer from the top rope. This could be the death knell for Samus's women's title reign, but Meadow Queen's going high risk here. And there's a pin. 1. I think Meadow Queen personally should have gone for the pin instantly after the top rope Warhammer, but instead she dilly-dallied, going high risk. There's a rake right to the glass helmet, but Samus's face is protected. There's the Queen DDT. One of her most deadly maneuvers. 1. Samus is still not throwing in the towel.
This'll do it.
There's the Warhammer again, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Samus is still fighting. Lots of wrestlers using Germans here tonight. Speaking of Germans, Gigant got a victory over Ammo to keep his streak alive, and wherever Gigant goes, he is going to be an omnipotent presence.
Oh, and by the way, we got confirmation backstage on if Ammo shit his pants or not, and he did. It took a lot of toilet paper to clean up his underwear. Matter of fact, there was even some bits of that burrito in there too.
Oh, please stop. I don't want to know. And there's the North Fair Nightmare. Metal Queen's down. This could be it. 1, 2, no! Hard scoop slam.
You know what, when I think about it, regardless of whether the burrito was bad or not, why would you eat that before an I shit match?
Well, nobody accused Ammo of having any brains.
Well, you know what, that's the thing. Ammo sometimes can be so brilliant, but at other times to be dumber than Hogan.
Well, I guess when you hang around Bulk Hogan for so long, you... God knows what Ammo's gonna do for here, or Bulk Hogan for that matter. Maybe they'll do a sex tape and trade racist barbs, who knows?
Oh, I heard that nobody will hire Bulk Hogan. In fact, they're gonna erase his entire existence.
Samus answers back with power of her own in the form of a belly-to-belly. Metal Queen uses the shoulder tackle. Metal Queen tries to come full force with a clothesline, but Samus answers right back. Hard power slam. Samus with a combination pin. 1. Metal Queen. Did she get the shoulder up? I guess she did. And once again, we're going to see the North Fair Nightmare. Or no! A straight up power bomb. Now it looks like Samus is going to go for a submission hold and try to make Metal Queen submit. Really stretching the chest. But it didn't work. Samus again tried to go for the North Air Nightmare, but Metal Queen counters into a DDT. Metal Queen. Top rope Warhammer.
Hell, this has gotta be it.
Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. Metal Queen wins the title.
What is it? I don't believe it.
The winner of this bout and new women's champion, Metal Queen. She has won the title for an unprecedented 4th time. It's safe to say Metal Queen is the Ronda Rousey of the Television Wrestling Association. She has been one tough diva to beat and has become the face, more or less, of our company.
I absolutely love this woman.
Metal Queen has made her last stand, winning women's title 4 times. We'll see if she gets picked up by another federation, but she's now...
Anybody would be stupid if they didn't hire her.
Wait a minute. Santina!
Oh, come on!
Santina is back.
Well, there's nothing she can do. The match is over.
I guess Santina just wants a little bit of revenge. There's a slap. And Santina with a hard shot. Now there's a cat fight going on the outside. There's Billy Mays. There's only one way to resolve this. Ring the bell.
What?
You're defending your women's title right now, Metal Queen.
Are you serious?
Looks like we got a swerve here. Metal Queen's going to defend her women's title against Santina. Santina was supposed to be the rightful #1 contender to Samus's belt, but got injured by Metal Queen and thus taken out of action, but now she's back. Of course, Metal Queen just got through a grueling match with Samus.
Am I having a bad dream or something?
No, it's happening right here, right now. Santina against Metal Queen for the women's title. Santina goes high risk. Elbow drop off the top rope. 1, 2, no. There's a hard elbow by the Queen. There's a kick. Now Santina using her boot to choke Metal Queen by the neck.
You know what, Metal Queen, it's not worth it. Just get a chair, get disqualified.
I don't think Santina is going to let Metal Queen go anywhere. Here's a hard backbreaker. Hard chops and the Queen DDT.
This could be it already.
Maybe it, if Metal Queen can get the pin. But she spent too much time dilly-dallying and Santina's still up. There's the winter snap. Is she going to try to make Metal Queen submit? She's pouring it on, but Meadow Queen's not showing any signs of submitting. I don't really know what the crowd in Toronto is saying, but Santina with a hard shot. And again with the winter snap, Santina is just continuing to try again.
Grab the ropes.
She's trying to choke the life out of Meadow Queen, but she's still not showing any signs of submitting. Senton flip from the top rope. And a drop kick from the second rope. Here's the pin, but Meadow Queen knew where she was, grabbed the ropes. There's the swift kick.
Oh no.
Santina motioning to the crowd. And there's a sunset split. Meadow Queen's down. 1, 2, 3! She did it! Santina wins the women's title! Winner of this bout and new TWA Women's Champion, Santina!
How could this happen?
It happened. Santina, for the first time in her career, wins the women's title, and she gets to take it home with her as she retires as the TWA Women's Champion.
Everything is looking so nice.
But despite that, and here comes her boyfriend Legs and Samus congratulating Santina on her women's title victory. Despite Santina being the very last women's champion, Meadow Queen still has the 4 women's championship reigns to her mantle, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Seem a bit winded, Mark. Coming up next, a battle of 2 freight trains. The Incredible Hulk, Frankenstein, 2 longtime enemies, rivals, going back to Telemania 3, are going to duel once again. This is a battle to determine who is TWA's true giant. These 2 will have to settle it once and for all. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 400 pounds, the Incredible Hulk. Pumped up, he's ready. The 2015 King of the Tube is geared up to take on his longtime nemesis Frankenstein. his opponent, accompanied by Baron Victor Frankenstein from Germany, weighing in at 299 pounds, Frankenstein's Monster! That Dr. Frankenstein has trained his monster to be ready for this moment. And the match begins. Well, we saw the Women's Championship change hands not once, but twice tonight. We saw the Light Heavyweight title change hands. However, both the Rated R and the Tag Team titles were retained.
Speaking of the tag team titles, I don't know where that's going now that we've had an unresolved story at the end of TWA.
Oh, and also the primetime title changed hands here tonight. AAA with a questionable, but I'll take it anyway, a victory over Bane. I think there's still the Universal title left to be decided. And also, of course, the big one, the TWA World's Heavyweight Championship. But also tonight, at End of Days, we will see the end of a rivalry between Mario and Bugs Bunny as those two finally get in the ring and settle their disputes once and for all. Bugs Bunny playing mind games with Mario for months, stealing the cap, the Triforce, and everything that kept the Nintendo family together and broke them apart. Now Mario is going to make Bugs Bunny pay the price. But in the meantime, it's all about pride between the Hulk and Frankenstein. Frankenstein cannot handle the fact that the Hulk is quote-unquote better than him. These two were fighting tooth and nail at the King of the Tube tournament, and they haven't stopped fighting since. Both men have had very decorative careers. Incredible Hulk, former TWA World Heavyweight Champion, one of the more recognizable champions the Television Wrestling Association has had. Also a former Primetime Champion, former Tag Team Champion, and former Rated R Champion. Frankenstein, no slouch himself when it came to titles. He was a former Universal Champion, former Primetime Champion, former Tag Team Champion. He also contended for the World Heavyweight title a few times, including Telemania 3, where his opponent was that man standing across him, the Incredible Hulk. Frankenstein, also the 2012 Royal Rumble winner. Both men actually showing some agility despite their size. Frankenstein been taking quite a beating thus far, but I know the monster, he can take it. Frankenstein applying some pressure of his own with the backbreaker. Here's the pin. 1. Frankenstein throws Hulk to the outside. There's a hard right fist. Ooh, Hulk with a suplex combination of pile driver. Frankenstein is out on the outside. Hulk could have gotten a count out victory if he wanted to, but he decided no. Now Frankenstein gonna tackle the Hulk right through the steel barricade. That's gotta hurt. Hulk is down and looks like Frankenstein might be able to take the count out victory, although it may not solve anything. Hulk cracking Frankenstein's skull like he's cracking an egg. Here comes the Hulk bomb. Oh! Down goes Frankie. Here's the pin. 1, 2. Shoulder up. But there's a hard boot by the monster. I thought Frankenstein was going to apply submission hold with the camel clutch. He seems more interested on inflicting pain. Here's a hard chop. Frankenstein tried to go for a boot, but these two seem disoriented. There's another hard suplex. Dr. Frankenstein being a bit antsy on the outside. Hard boot. Frankenstein goes down. Frankenstein is not being given any breathing room. hard decapitation clothesline. What has Frankenstein got to do to keep the Green Giant down? We've heard the phrase, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, being tossed around so liberally so many times, but I think it truly characterizes these two men in that ring. Another hard boot. And a headbutt. Frankenstein walking all over the Hulk right now. Now Hulk just motions that it's time for the Hulk bomb. Sending him for the ride, I guess, 3 times. One, two. Took a little too much time getting the corpse away from the ropes to get that full 3 count. Now Frankenstein is going for the dreaded brain chop. Here's the pin. 1, 2, no. Hulk with a hard shot. Frankenstein catches Hulk with a hard boot. Here's a hard suplex again. Hulk just continuing to wail on Frankenstein. Both of these men are not what you call the best wrestlers, nor are they the fastest. They're not fancy, they're not catch-as-catch-can type stuff, but they do know how to beat you up. Again, with all the Germans tonight. What is it with the Germans? And there's the suplex pile driver combo once again. Hulk is going to try to pin Frankenstein right here. And now Dr. Frankenstein is getting a bit antsy. If he's not careful, he's going to be on the receiving end of Hulk's wrath. There's the Hulk bomb. But the referee's been distracted thanks to the doctor. Wonder if Hulk would have had the victory if it wasn't for Dr. Frankenstein's interference. There's the power slam. Another power slam. Okay, that would have definitely been a victory there if it wasn't for Dr. Frankenstein's interference. If he's not careful, he's going to be sent packing. The monster with the pin, but Hulk is still up. Now Dr. Frankenstein, he's thrown out of the ring, and now he touches referee Mike Chioda's leg. And another German suplex flipped inside out. And there's the camel clutch. Frankenstein, there's nowhere to go for him to escape. The doctor keeps interfering. And it looks like he's finally been thrown out. The monster needs to get it done all on his own now. And it looks like we're going to see Hulk smash. 1, 2, 3. Hulk is the undisputed true giant of our federation.
Here's your winner, the Incredible Hulk!
Well, Frankenstein is going to be forced to suck up his pride and leave the TWA knowing that the Hulk had beaten him fair and square. Hulk getting a huge standing ovation from the fans here in Toronto after making his last stand here on our very last pay-per-view telecast of TWA Wrestling. But there's still many matches more to come, which we will attend to. We will be right back after these words from our local sponsors.